Imagine watching a lioness approach a newborn antelope. The calf is too young to run. It freezes in the grass while one of the most powerful predators in Africa moves closer. The outcome appears obvious. But instead of attacking, the lioness lowers her head, smells the calf, and begins licking it. She lies beside it, follows it across the landscape, and drives away other predators that attempt to approach. The hunter has become a guardian, and the animal it would normally kill is now receiving protection. Videos and photographs of relationships like this spread rapidly because they seem to violate one of nature's most basic rules. Predators hunt prey. Prey escape predators. Yet lions have guarded antelope calves, dogs have cared for kittens, dolphins have supported animals from other species, and predators sometimes appear to defend creatures they would normally chase. Why does this happen? Has the predator suddenly decided that all life is valuable? Does it believe the prey animal is its own baby? Or are humans turning a rare collision between instinct, hormones, and circumstance into a story about friendship? The first thing to understand is that predators are not permanently trapped in hunting mode. A lion does not attack every moving animal it sees. A cat does not chase every small creature during every moment of the day. Predatory behavior is controlled by motivation, context, hunger, opportunity, experience, and the signals produced by potential prey. The same animal can hunt in one situation, play in another, defend young in a third, and ignore nearby prey in a fourth. Predation is a sequence rather than a single instinct. A predator must detect something, orient toward it, approach, chase, capture, and kill. Different signals can activate or interrupt different stages. Rapid movement may trigger pursuit. A small animal running away can become more attractive as prey than the same animal lying still. Hunger increases motivation, while recent feeding can reduce it. Familiarity can also weaken the response. An animal raised alongside another species may never classify its companion as prey. Parental care is another powerful behavioral system. When the caregiving system is active, small bodies, high-pitched cries, helpless movements, and particular smells can trigger approach, licking, warmth, defense, and nursing. These behaviors are especially strong in animals that recently gave birth or are prepared to care for young. If the signals from a baby of another species overlap with the signals produced by the predator's own young, the caregiving response may compete with the hunting response. The predator does not need to look at the animal and consciously reason, although you belong to a species I normally eat, I have decided to adopt you. Its nervous system receives a collection of cues. The animal is tiny, it moves weakly, it produces distress sounds, it does not flee. Its body may carry newborn odors. These cues can activate care before species identity fully determines the response. This may help explain some of the most famous cases involving lionesses and antelope calves. In Kenya, a lioness known as Kamunyak repeatedly guarded young oryx. She walked beside them, rested near them, and protected them from danger. Observers saw her prevent other predators from approaching. She became famous as a lion that adopted prey. Her behavior was extraordinary, but its exact cause remained uncertain. Some observers proposed unusually strong or unfulfilled maternal motivation. The oryx calves were very young, and their helpless behavior may have triggered responses normally directed toward lion cubs. The lioness was not demonstrating a universal peace between lions and antelope. She remained a predator, and the relationship did not create a safe or sustainable life for the calves. This is the tragic part, often removed from emotional summaries. A predator protecting a prey animal may prevent that animal from returning to its biological mother. The guardian may not provide the correct milk or food. Constant proximity to a lion can block feeding and expose the calf to other dangers. In one famous case, another lion eventually killed an adopted oryx while the lioness was unable to prevent it. Protection is therefore not always rescue. A caregiving response can be sincere at the behavioral level while producing a harmful outcome. Evolution shaped maternal instincts to care for the animal's own offspring, not to solve every need of a baby from another species. When the system is activated by the wrong target, the predator may guard the young without being able to keep it alive. Scientists use the term alloparenting for care given to young that are not the caregiver's direct offspring. Alloparenting commonly occurs within the same species. Older siblings, relatives, or unrelated group members may carry, feed, groom, defend, or supervise young. This can help parents and provide inexperienced animals with caregiving practice. The behavior is supported by brain systems involving social reward, motivation, and hormones such as oxytocin, although no single chemical explains it. Hormones change the probability of care. They do not issue perfectly targeted commands. An animal in a strong parental state may respond to a wider range of infant infant signals, including those from another species. Cross-species adoption is much rarer than same-species care because the costs are usually high. Food and protection given to unrelated young do not directly help the caregiver pass on its genes. If the adopted animal belongs to a prey species, the evolutionary puzzle appears even greater. Why spend energy protecting something that could have been food? The answer is that natural selection does not create perfectly calculated behavior for every unusual situation. It builds systems that work reliably under normal conditions. A mother responding quickly to infant cries usually protects her own offspring. Stopping to perform a detailed species analysis could waste precious time when a real baby is in danger. A fast, emotionally powerful caregiving response is generally beneficial, even if it occasionally activates in a strange context. Imagine a security alarm designed to detect smoke. Most of the time, smoke indicates fire. Occasionally, burned food activates the alarm even though the building is safe. The false alarm does not mean the system is useless. It means the system prefers responding too often to failing during a real emergency. Cross-species care may sometimes be a biological false alarm produced by an otherwise valuable parental system. Age matters because newborn animals often share certain features. They are smaller, less coordinated, and more likely to produce repetitive distress calls. Their behavior is less threatening than that of an adult. A lion may respond differently to a newborn antelope that remains close than to an adult antelope that immediately runs. Movement is especially important. Chase behavior is commonly activated by escape. A calf that freezes, approaches, or follows the predator may interrupt the expected sequence. Instead of behaving like prey, it behaves more like dependent young. The predator receives conflicting information. Imprinting and early experience can strengthen these unusual bonds. Young animals learn which creatures belong in their social environment. A predator raised around another species may treat those individuals as companions rather than prey. Domestic dogs can live peacefully with cats, rabbits, livestock, and birds when introduced under suitable conditions. The dog still has predatory capacities, but learning changes which animals activate them. This piece is never guaranteed. A dog that rests beside one familiar cat may chase an unfamiliar cat outdoors. Social recognition can be individual rather than species-wide. The dog has learned that this particular animal belongs to its group. It is not concluded that no cat should ever be chased. Domestication makes cross-species relationships more common because humans deliberately place animals together, provide food, reduce competition, and intervene when aggression occurs. A well-fed domestic predator has fewer reasons to hunt. Shared homes create repeated exposure, allowing animals to learn each other's sounds, movements, and boundaries. This environment is very different from the wild. Online videos often present a dog raising ducklings or a cat nursing puppies as evidence that predators naturally overcome all biological boundaries, but the human-controlled setting matters. The animals receive abundant food. They cannot easily leave. Humans may introduce the young, encourage contact, and select calm individuals. The bond may be real, but it is not independent of the environment that produced it. Nursing provides one of the clearest examples of caregiving crossing species lines. A lactating female may accept young that suckle successfully, especially when her hormonal state already supports maternal behavior. The physical stimulation of nursing helps maintain milk production and strengthens the caregiving cycle. Smell and familiarity develop through contact. Rescue centers sometimes use surrogate mothers to care for orphaned young. This can save lives when a biological mother is unavailable. But professional supervision is important because acceptance is not automatic. The adult may reject, injure, or kill unfamiliar young. Even when adoption succeeds, differences in nutrition, behavior, and development must be managed. Wild cross-species relationships are harder to explain because researchers rarely observe the entire history. A short video may begin after the crucial events occurred. We do not know whether the predator recently lost its own young, whether it had eaten, whether the animals had met earlier, or whether human presence altered their behavior. Camera framing also creates stories. A predator sitting near a prey animal may appear protective even if it is resting, waiting, or confused. A lion carrying a calf by the neck may resemble a mother transporting a cub, but the same action can be part of predation. Licking may be caregiving, investigation, or preparation to feed. To identify genuine protection, observers need a pattern across time. Does the predator remain near the animal when it could leave? Does it direct aggression toward approaching threats? Does it groom, warm, retrieve, or allow nursing? Does the relationship continue across hours or days? One affectionate-looking moment is not enough. Humans are highly motivated to interpret these scenes emotionally. We prefer stories in which natural enemies become friends. The image reassures us that kindness exists even in a violent world. We use words such as compassion, love, adoption, and rescue because they make behavior understandable in human terms. Some animals certainly form strong social bonds, experience distress, and engage in caregiving. Rejecting every emotional interpretation would be as misleading as accepting all of them. The challenge is to describe what the animal does without claiming more knowledge than the evidence allows. If a lioness remains beside a calf and attacks other predators, protection is an accurate behavioral description. Saying she understands the calf species, chooses morality over hunger, and intends to raise it into adulthood is a much larger claim. Behavior can be protective without containing a human philosophy. Not all cases involve parenting. Sometimes one species protects another because cooperation provides benefits. Guard animals defend livestock because humans selected and trained them to treat the herd as part of their social group. Dogs may confront predators threatening sheep, goats, or chickens. The dog gains food, shelter, social connection, and a role within the human-managed environment. In the wild, different species sometimes cooperate against a common enemy. Birds mob hawks, owls, snakes, and other predators. Their alarm calls attract individuals from multiple species, which then surround and harass the threat. One bird may appear to be protecting another species, but all participants benefit when the predator leaves. Mixed species groups can also share information. One animal detects danger and calls, others recognize the alarm. The original signal may have evolved to protect members of the caller's own species, but nearby animals exploit it. Over time, species can become increasingly responsive to each other's warnings. Protection can therefore emerge without adoption or affection. If two species face the same predator, cooperation reduces risk. A small bird cannot defeat a large owl alone, but many animals attacking together can force it away. The apparent act of heroism may be a practical survival strategy. Some predators also protect smaller animals indirectly by excluding more dangerous predators. A large carnivore may tolerate certain species within its territory, while driving away competitors that would kill them. The smaller animals benefit, but the predator may not intend to protect them. Ecological effects can resemble guardianship without any social relationship. This distinction matters. An animal can create safety as a side effect of defending territory, food, or offspring. Humans watching the scene may imagine deliberate rescue. Nature often produces helpful outcomes without helpful intentions. Play can create further confusion. Young predators practice chasing, biting, grabbing, and releasing. A predator may interact with a smaller animal without immediately killing it. To human viewers, the scene appears friendly. For the smaller animal, however, the interaction may be terrifying and dangerous. A playful predator can cause fatal injuries without intending to feed. The absence of an immediate attack does not guarantee protection. The predator's motivation can change quickly. Hunger increases, the smaller animal runs, another predator arrives, a movement triggers the chase sequence, a relationship that appeared stable can end violently. This is why wildlife observers should not interfere or attempt to create cross-species friendships. Introducing prey to a predator for entertainment causes stress and can result in injury. Viral videos may conceal human manipulation, selective editing, or conditions unsafe for the animals. Genuine rare behavior should be observed carefully, not recreated. Individual personality also matters. Animals within the same species differ in aggression, curiosity, fear, social tolerance, and parental responsiveness. One lioness may ignore a calf, another may attack immediately, and a third may guard it. Evolution shapes a range of possible behaviors rather than producing identical machines. Life history influences where an individual falls within that range. A female that recently lost young may remain in a caregiving state. An inexperienced juvenile may respond with curiosity rather than efficient predation. A well-fed predator may have room for exploration. An animal raised socially may tolerate novelty better than an isolated one. Brain systems can also conflict. Hunger motivates hunting. Infant cries motivate approach and care. Fear motivates avoidance. Curiosity motivates investigation. These systems do not wait politely for one another. The final behavior reflects whichever signals dominate at that moment. This explains why the same predator can lick a young animal, guard it for hours, and later attack it, or allow another predator to do so. Human stories prefer stable identities. The lion is either cruel or compassionate. Animal behavior is more dynamic. Motivation changes with internal and external conditions. Does this mean animals never show genuine concern for members of another species? Not necessarily. Social mammals can respond to distress, form attachments, and assist familiar partners. Dogs may protect human family members, dolphins may support injured companions, and occasionally interact supportively with other species. Primates can care for adopted young. Long-term relationships can extend social responses beyond normal species boundaries, but genuine concern is difficult to measure scientifically. Researchers can observe whether an animal pays a cost, responds specifically to distress, adjusts help to the problem, and continues without an obvious reward. The stronger this pattern becomes, the more difficult it is to explain as accident. Even then, the animal's subjective experience remains partly inaccessible. Humans face the same problem when interpreting one another. We infer compassion from behavior because we cannot directly see another person's emotions. With animals, the gap is larger because their minds evolved under different pressures and communicate through different signals. The safest conclusion is that cross-species protection can arise through several routes. Maternal systems may respond to infant-like cues. Early experience may classify another species as social family. Domestication and human care may reduce predatory motivation. Cooperative animals may defend one another against shared threats. Territorial behavior may create accidental protection. Curiosity or play may temporarily interrupt hunting, and occasionally a stable social bond may motivate an animal to protect a specific individual. The behavior does not contradict evolution. Evolution does not demand that every animal maximize survival with perfect calculation during every second. It produces flexible systems designed for common situations. Those systems sometimes overlap in rare and surprising ways. Parental care is powerful because failing to respond to one's own young can be catastrophic. Predatory behavior is flexible because attacking at the wrong time wastes energy and creates risk. Social learning is flexible because recognizing partners improves cooperation. When a helpless animal appears at the exact moment these systems align, an enemy can briefly become something else. The result may look like a moral miracle, but it is also a biological collision. A newborn produces the right cry. The predator is in the right hormonal state. Chase behavior never begins. Caregiving takes control. The same jaws designed to kill may gently carry the animal. The same body that stalks prey may stand between it and danger. That does not make the moment less remarkable. Understanding a rainbow does not remove its beauty, and understanding maternal behavior does not make protection meaningless. The predator is still changing its behavior in response to another vulnerable life. What science changes is the story we tell about it. The lioness is not announcing peace between all predators and prey. The dog nursing kittens has not rejected its species. The animal may not understand the relationship as humans do. It is responding through ancient systems of care, recognition, motivation, and learning. So why do predators sometimes protect other animals? Sometimes they recognize infant signals more strongly than prey signals. Sometimes hormones and recent experience make caregiving unusually powerful. Sometimes another species has become part of their social world. Sometimes protection offers mutual benefit, and sometimes humans misunderstand a brief interaction because we want the ending to be kinder than nature usually allows. Predator and protector are not permanent identities. They are patterns of behavior activated under different conditions. The animal capable of killing is also capable of grooming, warming, defending, and forming attachment. Evolution built both possibilities because survival requires more than hunting. It also requires keeping vulnerable young alive. The next time you see a predator lying beside an animal it would normally chase, do not assume you are witnessing proof that nature has abandoned its rules. You may be seeing those rules interact in an exceptionally rare way. Hunger has fallen silent. The chase has not begun. A cry, smell, movement, or memory has activated something older and for that moment stronger. The animal in front of the predator is no longer being processed as food. It has become a creature to follow, retrieve, groom, or defend. Whether we call that instinct, adoption, mistaken identity, or compassion, the result is the same. The hunter stands guard over the hunted. If you want more animated explanations about animal behavior, evolution, psychology, and the hidden instincts shaping life across species, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments, when a predator protects its natural prey, are we watching a biological mistake? Or one of nature's rarest forms of care?